Hey, Vsauce, Dustin here. How do cars go so fast? What makes them go vroom vroom? You're gonna find out today at Brno. It's spelled like it's missing a couple vowels, but I assure you, that is just how it's spelled. I think it's pronounced Bruno, but to pronounce it Brno. I'm Dustin, also known as Hungover. I think one of the 12 beers I drank last night hit me the wrong way. And half of our Drivers Club is doing an iRacing event, so today's gonna be a little more laid back. Uh, like like in school when you have a substitute teacher, they just let you watch a movie and and fiddle around phone and notebook. Be one of those days. So kick back, put the feet up, grab a drink. You're gonna have a good time. Get my phone away from the microphone because it has a tendency to make obnoxious clicky sounds when I don't. We're in the qualifying session right now. 15 minutes left. Setting got a 2:11.1. I don't know what a good lap time is gonna look like. We'll just have to wait and find. Apex Envy really driving that car. Look at him go. Get inside the cockpit. Out what it's like. Be the man, the myth, the legend. Bruno's a pretty flowing track. Not a lot of really heavy braking zones. Kind of stay in a similar gear the entire time. A lot of sort of medium length straight sections and short straights. Sweeping curves that aren't too particularly challenging, but really milking the time out of all of them is the goal here. I like the circuit a lot to drive. It's fun. It stays pretty fast. Not a whole lot to be said about its challenge, but it is an enjoyable circuit to drive. Should be conducive to some good fast race car driving that we like to see here. Yeah, it should. Uh, Ryan 11 says should favor the BMW. It probably will. There's not too many tight corners. Weather's fine. Definitely having a rear wheel drive powerhouse is gonna be pretty good on this circuit. See what Apex can get into. Zedian so far has the fastest lap in the Renault. I don't know. All these hatchbacks look the same. That boy Mithy in the Opel. Not too many other times on the board yet. Next, the 212. Go. majestic creature. It's already provisional third position. Ten and a half minutes left at qualifying. We'll see. Ollie said, "Oh, good enough for me." So it looks like. Turn up my mic gain a little bit because I'm not talking very loud today. Team AMG. See how they do here. There's Apex getting a 210.8, nearly the same time as Zedian, but that is definitely showing some of the strengths of the BMW early on. Looks like only two BMWs today. Turambar and Apex are going to be driving the BMWs. Everybody else is in the front-wheel drive thingamajiggers. Are in the lovely Eibach livery. Not a sponsor you see too often these days. Had a lot of clout in the early 2000s, but Eibach represented on too many cars these days. Don't know why. A lovely logo. Got Miffy in the super cool robot explosion green car. Get a closer look at that custom job. Beautiful understated livery with just the right amount of flair. Boy, this looks like a car commercial. Trying to buy an Opel? I'm gonna sell you one. Miffy Motorsports. Look at that professional job on that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you have any other custom liveries in the grid today? Sam here? Sam's got a good one. I love Sam's. It's got a lot of little jokes that are hard to pick up while the car's in motion, but it also looks aesthetically pleasing. This will probably end badly, his bumper says. Love it. Trying to get more of the jokes in here. First aid. Blood type everywhere. Love it. Really excellent work. And in the front it says, "Sorry in advance." The Zedian's taken first again from Apex, shaving off 6.5 tenths from his time, ending at a 2:10.1 with 6 minutes remaining in qualifying. Never seen the replay cam do this before, mod? No, it is, if you press minus on the numpad, get, custom cameras that are cooler. Not custom, they're just kind of a hidden feature for, the spectator mode. Works in replays, whatever you want. How I do my super cool intros by Project Cars videos on my own channel. Makes making the intro more fun than watching the actual video. So yeah, that's minus on the keypad. If you press plus on the keypad, it goes to like the next camera down the track. You have to be in trackside to get it to work. I don't know if there's any other secret combinations, but those are the two that I've figured out. That's Touring Bar still in third. BMWs are 2 and 3. Yeah, it's not in the keybinds at all that the camera does that. I don't know how I even figured it out. I think I just mash a lot of buttons on my keyboard all the time and managed to find the super cool secret cameras. Don't tell anybody my secret. That's how I make such good YouTube videos. If I don't have that, then I'll have to settle with my mediocre content. Nobody's gonna like that. Welcome to anybody just joining us. We're wrapping up the qualifying session here. Just under 4 minutes left. Move into an hour-long car race. Bill Herman, you're all probably familiar with at this point, does the pre-race show graphics, but he is out this weekend. So, one, that opens up the podium to whoever wants to get some points in. It also means I don't have any graphics made by Bill, which are always of the highest quality. So, I made my own little graphics pre-race show that we'll get into at the end of qualifying here. It's a treat, let me tell you. Before the race gets underway, I'll get the PCDC shilling out of the way. Go to pcdc.link if you want to come race with us. Got lots of events throughout the week. Formula Renault Thursdays, Friday night racing with random cars and tracks and weather. Saturdays we've got the main series, as you've seen, changes from season to season, and a support series that takes place before it. And on Sundays we do oval racing, the modern stock car class. It is a lot of fun, so come on out and join us if you have not already at pc.link. Find instructions there. Doesn't look like Apex in P2 has gotten as fast as he needs to take Zedian off pole. He's whittled down 2 tenths off his lap time, but he needs 5 more to beat Zedian for pole position. Brno and Pauly, both in the 211s, and Sam. Could see some shuffling last minute if everybody gets their last laps in. some last minute stream link posting done. 40 seconds left. Be the last lap for everybody here, probably. Except someone's just crossing the line. Probably get another one. Apex took off half a tenth, but not quite what he needs. Iffy and Pauly are a thousandth apart right now. 211.781 and 211.782, and Sam is only 2/10 behind them. So some really good pace for that bunch. So that's it. We see qualifying complete. Everybody will get their last lap in here. Chris says, prediction for the race, I've got Zedian and Apex taking each other out due to close racing, and Pauly to win on consistency. That very well could happen. Yeah, Zedian and Apex are, I think they're going to be racing each other early on. And then, Pauly's definitely in the running for consistency. He's been on fire lately. Some really, really great Casey racing coming out of Pauly this week, but I don't know. There's look at those times, 3 to 6th, all in the 2:11. So I think we're gonna see a lot of shuffling around there, and honestly, it's anybody's game for a podium today. Qualifying winding down. Timing screen fixes itself here. Mike, pick me up when I'm talking this low? Yes, it does. Beautiful. Sam doing something. Not sure what's going on. The only person on the track, and he is just dicking around out there. Sam in. Qualifying complete if the timer would go ahead and run out. Apex doesn't look like he was able to take off the last couple tenths that he needed to dethrone Zedian from pole. And that's Turambar in third behind Apex. Tires had a family. Says, trust me, there will be incidents. This track invites you to dive down the inside because it's so wide and simple. Yeah, there's a lot of space to work with on this circuit. So now we got the pre-race show. These are the graphics that I made. Bill is out, so we don't have his fancy graphics. Made a nice car. Doing a sick burnout on the car. Go vroom, because that's what we do. There's some more cars going vroom. A little bit sideways. Pretty exciting. Mercedes on the ice track. Keanu Reeves, Matrix, saying, I know the pit maneuver. Aggressive driver. Pit people. That's pizza. That's a night vision shot of a raccoon. Al Borland. Improvement. Good show. Yeah, that's it. So, no, that's basically the race. That's where we're at. The standings, points overall is Echo currently. Edian is in second. Bill Kerman in third for points overall, and he's going to be missing out dearly today. Bill needs to step up his game. Those are mine. Bill usually does them, but yeah, that's the quality that I'm working with. And here we go, forming the formation lap. They're making a real nice formation lap there. Boy, have you ever seen a formation lap so formed? I haven't. Gorgeous. Look at him go. Majestic. Like a flock of birds where they all fly away. Here goes Apex warming those tires. Gonna need it. Thank you. I like my slides too. They're a lot of fun. I just took random JPEGs from my computer and threw them in a folder. It worked really hard. Over 9,000 hours in MS Paint. Yeah, we got Zedian, should be in pole position, but it looks like someone's in front of him. What? What? Apex, that's Turambar. Is that Pauly? No. Who's in front? Who's on first? Back there, Snacks is back there, Jans is back there. Echo's in front. Okay, well, thanks, Project Cars. How do you even logically think that Echo in 9th place is in 9th? He's clearly in the lead right now. I'm gonna have to reconnect and just take a couple deep breaths. I don't understand. I don't get it. And where are we at on the... Not really enough time for me to... Well, yeah, screw it. We'll reconnect. Real quick. Really quickly. Try to. You'll see how quick it... Sessions to join. Slightly Bad Studios. Thank you for this amazing game with the race cars that go vroom. Love it. I love your work, the stuff you do, your dev team. Race Car NA. Project Cars. Drivers Cars Club. 5 and 5. We're reconnecting. They probably already crossed the line. Probably. Yep, they did. They're off. All right, there's Echo in the lead, and the timing screen. The timing screen is reflecting the truth of the matter now, it appears. Zedian in 2nd place, Apex in 3rd. So Echo stomped everybody's times while I wasn't looking, qualifying, and him and Zedian are looking for the big boy points now. Apex is in 6th for overall points currently in the standings. So if he gets a real good finish on this one, he could be shooting up the leaderboards pretty quickly. pure authenticity. Hashtag anytime, anywhere. What's that an advertisement for, you ask? I don't know. Advertisement for a hashtag. Here at Brno. That's just how they do it in Czechoslovakia. Miffy up into 5th, apparently. Like, him and Jav are duking it out. It's a 4-way battle for 5th right now. Two by two, the ants are marching. Look like Paulie getting a little bit wide out there. Paulie getting stuck behind Jav again. This is not where he wants to be. We'll see if Paulie takes all race to pass Have a Nice Day again. We'll see. It's Sam and his beautiful yellow livery behind them. A little tangled up with Miffy. Oh, Miffy is right on his ass. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. Just save me the trouble and just look at it. Would you just look at that? Amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful race car vroom vroom action. Lydian's still keeping up with Echo. But probably not gonna be making the pass too soon. We'll get back to this shit fest back here in the field. It's Apex leading them in that orange BMW, and here's Sam trying to make his way through Have and Paulie, who are bumping against each other. It's gonna be a real knockdown, drag out, knuckle dragging, no holds barred Royal Rumble here for a little while the field gets settled in. Like Paulie taking a cheeky peek around Sam, trying to make some moves. Gets the inside through the turn. Winds up on the outside of the next one, but he tucks in right in front of him there. Just in time, and he's back behind Have again. And that's someone off. That Paulie off the track. Yeah, I guess so. Paulie went way wide, it seemed. I'm not sure what happened there. Have a Nice Day. Getting on the inside of Apex. And Sam fucking just sneaks right in there. Did you see how cheeky that was? That's such a painful pass when you get stuck on the outside and like two guys sneak on inside. That hurts. But it looks like Sam and Have got kicked back to 5th and 6th respectively. Miramar just chilling on his own in 3rd here, avoiding the shit fest by a good couple of seconds. Here's Sam looking anxious to get on the inside of Have, but Have making a very wide hatchback as he usually does. And it looks like they're nearly angling to go 3 wide on Apex. Oh, there's Sam with a big spin, and Miffy bumps into him as he spins. Not even sure how you do that in a front-wheel drive. He must have really chucked it in there or had some help from Miffy behind to hook his bumper or something. Our field has spread out a little bit. Now it's Snacks, Paul, and Miffy in a bit of a tangle for 6th as Have and Apex kind of run away. Snack's getting alongside Paulie, but doesn't quite have enough momentum to take him there. Team AMG with a little bit of infighting here. Let's check in with Hav, see if he's making any ground on Apex. Not quite, but he's in the danger zone for sure, and we've seen this play out before in the Long Beach race. And Hav wasting no time, really taking that opportunities. As I said in the chat earlier, this track is really conducive to just really diving on the inside and really changing position because there's a lot of viable lines through these corners. So Ice securing a 2.5 second lead over Zedian in second, who's kind of just an island right now, with Turambar 5 seconds behind him and Apex 5 seconds behind Turambar. So not a lot popping in the top 3 right now. We'll see what develops as the race goes on. Turambar definitely letting Apex know that he's looking for the pass. And we see Miffy and Paulie also battling a little bit. Turambar's sweeping out wide, cutting in, really trying to get that magic angle that's gonna give Apex the old in and out. If you know what I mean. That's now 4 through 9 looking very close here. That's Paulie up on Miffy now, up ahead. Paulie into 6th place. Miffy drops into 7th. Look at that pack. Look at that group. Look at that Waka Flocka Seagulls. Beautiful. What a lovely day. Still looking for those. I'm gonna call this looking for some alternative lines on Apex. Appears to be taking peeks around the outside, around the inside, really looking for that special position. And Apex kind of just lets him on the inside for turn 1 there. I don't know if Apex is tired of fighting. He's still got a lot ahead of him, so maybe saving the rear tires a little bit, learning from the last race, not burning out the rear tires in that BMW in the first half of the race. We still got 47 minutes of racing ahead of us. So that's Hav securely up into 4th as Paulie looks for a position on Apex. Apex is going to have to start fighting or he's going to fall down the ranks. There he tucks in between Hav and Paulie. Paulie Wally Ding Dong, as he's called around these parts. I'm just kidding, nobody calls him that. Going side by side through the lefts and the rights and the ups and the downs. These boys are gonna be getting married if they stick together like this for this whole race. Sickness and in health. Looks like the boys have kind of chilled out and are just in a train of cars now. Not a lot of big gestures happening for anybody. They're all kind of slotted in and just waiting for their opportunity to strike now. And Paulie starts looking like he's going to make a move there, but winds up sticking to the racing line after all. Paulie looking around the inside. Apex goes a little bit wide there. Gives Paulie all the room he needs to make it too wide as he slots back in behind Apex. It's really hard to stay ahead of that BMW. It goes, boy. Let me tell you. Hooey. How far along are you? Checking the Discord real quick. Did I miss anything? Looks like Apex is caught back up to Hav. I'm not sure what has happened to Javier, but the entire train has caught up with him now. And Paulie and Apex going too wide. Boy, the fight is on again. That's Paulie up into P5. He's slotted in front of Apex. Paulie back behind. Oh my goodness. I didn't get enough coffee this morning. Back behind Hav, where he started. Apex looking to the inside, really diving in there, but Paulie doesn't give him too much room to work his way through. Gives him a little bit of a squeeze, saying, hey, not letting you back through here without a fight. And Miffy's looking a little bit hungry as well. Boy, everybody is. That's Miffy, Snacks, or Miffy, Albiner, and Snacks back behind the orange BMW. The gang's all here. This is the longest we've seen a pack racing together the past 2 seasons, I think, with this many cars. Crazy. This is the crazy train. All aboard. That's Paulie up ahead of Hav at some point, it looks like. Not sure when he made that move, or kind of distracted. But now Apex is going to be working on Hav. This is just quite the train. Looks like Echo is 6 seconds in the lead right now as race leader. Zedian sticking in P2, and Turambar 3 seconds behind Zedian. So we could see a shuffle for second place pretty soon as well. I don't know if this pack is ever going to catch up to them at this rate, if they're just fighting with each other constantly. They all just stuck to a NASCAR draft. Maybe they could catch up to Turambar in P3, but we'll see what happens. They're really sticking to it. Nobody's fallen off the back of the train yet. Except for Sam, who went way too wide, way too early, or got spun out or something, I don't even know. So that's Apex in front of Hav now? No. Apex in front of... Yeah, Apex in front of Hav. Paulie is up in fourth. So Hav tucking in behind Apex, and the battle for the ages continues. Hav's looking like he's sticking to those insides, really waiting to punish Apex if he goes too wide too early. Hav is right on Apex's bumper. And still, the train goes on. Snacks heading up the back there in the black and orange, or gray and orange and yellow and red. I don't even know. It's that one. It's that one with the colors. But from 4th to 9th are only about 3 seconds apart in total. Try to get a central participant that we can watch the whole train from. This'll do. That's Miffy behind Have and Albiner behind him. Like Miffy and Albiner are gonna, excuse me, Miffy and Albiner are gonna be having a little tiff. Maybe, no, maybe not. Bill Kerman's chimed in the Discord, said he might be joining me in the commentary box later, which would be lovely. The Apex looking around the inside of Paulie there. Oh boy. Man, this is a lot more interesting than I thought this was going to be. I thought the field was going to spread out a little bit more than this, even with only 11 people on the grid, but half of them are right here. As Apex and Paulie go too wide through a right and a left, and Apex tucks back in behind Paulie. Looks like Miffy and Albiner getting side by side. Albiner getting ahead of Miffy for the moment. And Miffy, no, they're side by side still. Keeping it going. And Miffy tucks, no, not quite successfully tucks in behind Albiner. Snacks gave him a little bit of a bump there. There wasn't much more than a car length to slot into there. That's Albiner up into 7th behind Av in 6th, and Apex still fighting with Paulie. Looks like Miffy and Albiner are side by side along the start-finish straight again. And not a real clear advantage going into turn 1. Miffy had a good run on the outside, but lost a little bit of momentum through the corner when Albiner had the Apex. That's Snacks trying to give Miffy the 1-2. Slotting in behind Albiner, but it's not quite done yet. Snacks is able to kind of pick and choose. He's going to try to do the old sneaky Sally once someone makes a move here. And nothing doing yet. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 3 wide. Not quite. This is wild. Battle of the grocery getters here. How many hatchbacks can you fit side by side on a track? We will find out. Check back in with these guys quick. Looks like they're in the piece. Albiner really asserting himself in this race, which is always fun to watch. They're side by side now, and Snacks still chilling out behind, ready to pounce on anybody that makes a fatal flaw during this battle. Guys, about where we left it. Looks like Miffy is. Pardon me. Miffy's got a couple tenths breathing room for now, but you can bet somebody's gonna try to make a move on this first turn. Not quite close enough to make anything happen there. Everybody just takes the racing line. I will admit I was wrong. Won't hear me do very often. Albiner still hungry for that position. Snacks going too wide, losing control. That Snacks into the wall. And he is off the crazy train for the time being. Now it's down to Albiner and Miffy to fight it out here. Hob looking for something on Apex, but not quite having the momentum that he wants. Albiner and Miffy is going to be our best bet for a fight here. Hashtag pure authenticity. Go ahead and head on over to MySpace and hashtag pure authenticity for the giveaway contest. I'll be giving away a custom MS Paint, one of the custom slides that I made for this broadcast. I'll email it to you. So that's, yeah, go ahead to MySpace, hashtag pure authenticity, and say Dustin sent you if you want to enter into that MS Paint giveaway. I'm gonna go get a cup of water. Oh, we'll see what happens with Albiner and Miffy here, still side by side. I'm gonna go get some water, or I might die. Someone told me that commentators often stand up while they're commentating to really get the juice flowing. So we'll try that out for a minute. It's kind of awkward to handle my mouse on my normal height desk while I'm standing up, I will tell you that much. So doing the cameras is somewhat impractical. And it looks like my microphone's clipping a little bit. And I'm just really distracted while I'm standing up trying to make this work. So I'm gonna sit back down. And relax, and that is much better. Much more conducive to some nice commentating and camera work. If I had someone else doing the cameras, I would probably have an easier time standing up, but it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm ranting about these days. Albiner's still working on Miffy, has not secured anything. Jav still working on Apex. Top 3, still where we left him. These guys, just chilling. Everybody's kind of running their own race, having their little milk run, but middle of the field still looking like they want some positions. And boy, they could have them. Just about 30 minutes left in the race. About halfway done here. I don't think we're going to see any pit stops today either. Even the guys that have spun out haven't really gone in for repairs or anything. Albiner going a little bit wide on his chase for Dat Miffy, or the artist formerly known as Dat Miffy, who now goes by Miffy. I'll see if I can convince him to just change his name to a symbol at some point. I feel like that would be a good idea for the Miffy brand. But we'll see how that goes. Albiner's car is looking dirty. Looks like he's been going out to Joshua Tree and sending that hatchback over some dunes. Fantastic stuff. Echo got a 1 second 1 second penalty. He's gonna be really feeling that. The 9 second lead over Zedian. So something to be careful of. If Zedian can keep up the pace, that might actually come into play at some point. We'll see. Turbar 4 seconds behind Zedian. Still poised to capitalize on any mistakes Zedian might make, but for now, just keeping up that pace. And the pack behind is 14 seconds behind third place, so they're just gonna be fighting amongst themselves for positions for now. Oh, here we go. Here we go, boys. Something's happening. A little bit of contact there as Albiner takes the inside. Miffy turned into him a little bit, it seemed, or possibly Albiner went a little too wide. It's a little hard to tell, but they had a little bit of a bumperoo, little bumperoony, and Albiner's back tucked in around 8th position. I just realized Albiner's livery says Exta. I thought it was Extra, but it is actually just Exta, and I don't know what they produce, if anything. Might just be made up. Probably is. I've never heard of it before. Anybody in the chat wants to tell me what the hell an Exta is, I'd appreciate that. But for now, I guess we'll just roll with it. Jan getting in a fight with Snacks. Oh my goodness. The battle is on for the coveted 10th position. There's I think a whole point on the line here. Oh, Jan's almost taken out that poor cone. And Snacks Into the pits? What? Say what? Hashtag buy racers for racers. Go ahead and go over to yahoo.com and use the hashtag buy racers for racers to get your face on a cereal box for next season. Albiner still working on Miff. Not sure what Snacks is doing in the pits. Just chilling. Just chilling by the look of it. Nope. Not happening. Or is it? I don't know. They're side by side. It looks like Albiner's got the better run of it. He's got the outside. Not enough room to tuck in to the apex there. Still side by side. And now it's just a dead heat on this straight. Miffy letting him know he's there. They got enough room to fit 6 or 7 more hatchbacks there around that turn as they go into the start-finish straight. Albiner tucking back in behind Miff. About 23 minutes left of the race. Yeah, like I said, we got a bunch of members that were involved in an iRacing event today, so we're missing a good 7 people from that, and Bill is out doing God knows what this weekend. A couple other guys incapacitated or otherwise busy today, so 11 car grid. It's been a pretty good race so far, though. We got some battles out of this. Albiner still just having a tandem toge session with Dat Miffy here. Gotta say, some really clean driving from Miffy and Albiner, though. I mean, they may have had a little bumperooski on a couple of the turns, little bit of rubbins racing, but for how fiercely they've been battling, they haven't taken each other out yet, and the battle looks like it'll continue to the end of the race at this rate. Miffy eclipsing Albiner's car there. They're just slotted in nice and tight. Everybody in chat, wants you to post your favorite Power Ranger. I like the green one myself. But always curious to see what the fans think. Please no Beetleborgs. That doesn't count. Albiner getting a really good run on the inside of Miffy there. And it is enough to put him up into 7th for now. Miffy's not given up yet, but he is going to have to settle with 8th for the time being. Albiner got a really good run there. Iffy looks like he's lost a tenth or two or three. Their front tires have got to be feeling that wear for how aggressively they've been pushing those lines side by side through the entire circuit for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Under 20 minutes left of the race now. We'll see if any shakeups happen during the dying laps. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this race is brought to you by Pinty's. Best boneless wings in Canada. Take them out of your freezer, pop them in the microwave for 45 minutes, and you got yourself some spicy hot wings by Pinty's. Eat right with Pinty's. Make you better at tennis as well. They don't advertise that, but it's true. You can look it up. We'll check in with race leader Echo here. Having a beautiful Saturday drive here in Czechoslovakia. Little history about the Brno circuit. It did originally have a U in its name, but that was taken by the nation of Russia after the Soviet Union collapsed. They took all the letter U characters from every racetrack in the former Soviet Union, so it's been reduced to just BRNO with no U. Russia took all the U's. They had a real shortage after the Soviet Union collapsed, and they needed all the U's they could get, so they took one from Czechoslovakia. A couple other satellite states also lost the U's out of their circuit names. Track was built in 1876. It was originally a donkey racing arena. They had chariot races there as well. Hosted the world famous at the time 1902 ostrich races that, as you race history buffs might remember, ended in the deaths of 300 spectators as the ostriches went on a murderous rampage before the race could even start. And ostrich racing was then banned in all of Eastern Europe. So, really, really rich history on the circuit. Lots of, even predating motorsports, you know, they had foot races here back in the early 17th century. The circuit's actually named after Brno Kavinsky, who was, at the time, the fastest man alive. And he could run this circuit in about 2.5 minutes. So, as you can see, modern race cars can only barely beat his time. So a little bit for you kids out there to aspire to. If you can run really fast, they might name a circuit after you. And Bill is letting me know that he is ready to join the commentary box, but I don't know where he is in the in the Discord. Oh, there he is. Hang on, we'll get Bill in here. Move to commentary box. Hello, Bill.
Hello, Dustin. How are you?
I am fantastic, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. I think action has slowed down a little. I heard you talking something about ostrich racing.
Yes, yeah, I was going over the historical 1902 ostrich races that I'm sure you remember as well as I do.
Of course.
The massacre that happened at the beginning of that race that caused ostrich racing to be banned in all of Eastern Europe.
Sure.
It was a bloody day, but you know, who needs ostrich racing anyway? We got cars.
Indeed, we got petrol, that's much better.
We got all these hatchback grocery getters that we can send around this track.
Indeed.
I turn up my Discord volume a little bit so I can hear you better. These cars are quite loud. I don't know if you've ever stood next to a car in real life. They make a noise very similar to those that are represented in the game, which is nice. They've Slightly Mad has really put the touches on, you know, how a car sounds. It's nice and loud.
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job with sound in this second game.
Yeah, it is actually on a serious note, it is a major step up in sound from Project Cars 1. The all the differential noises and creaks and moans of the cars. The engine notes have a lot more bite to them and some different tones as opposed to just sort of a flatter tone.
Yeah, especially also the localization has improved massively, so yeah, now you can actually hear where sounds are coming from within the car, and that is awesome.
Yeah, that is really nice.
So I see that racing has died down a bit. I followed it on my phone and I saw that Albon and Miffy were having quite a battle.
Yeah, it's died down a little bit. I don't know if they're feeling the tire wear from battling for 40 minutes straight, but Miffy's kind of finally given over to Alboner and tucked in behind, and he's just doing his best now. But they were first in the 6 or 7 car train that was all following each other, but then they kept fighting between the two of them for that coveted P7.
Yeah. I suppose now the pace order has been restored somewhat.
Yep. Yeah, everybody kind of... It took half the race for everything to shake out. We had some really great battles in the first half, but everybody's kind of on their own pace now.
Yeah, indeed. So Apex was also near to Paulie, but that seems to have stopped now.
Yeah, we were looking like we were gonna see some more shakeups there, but Paulie just went ahead and ran off, and now he's 12 seconds behind Tourenbar. I think he's cut down about 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds to P3, but not looking like he'll take over that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Tourenbar has been preparing a lot for this race, and he has been driving consistently and quickly. So I'm very impressed with what he has been doing.
Yeah, he's
representing Team BMW.
Yeah, right. And he's
very much like his first podium.
Yeah, it's certainly looking that way. He's probably got the 3rd place in the bag. A little while ago, he was only 4 seconds behind Zedian. Now he seemed to drop back 5.5, 6 seconds. So might not see that shake up for 2nd place, but it is looking like a podium for Tourenbar.
Yeah, it is. But I think it doesn't really matter how big that gap is. I don't think Zedian is going to make a mistake in those front-wheel drive cars. And you need more pace difference than that to overtake.
Yep, absolutely. And, you know, their tires, 1, 2, and 3, their tires are probably going to be just fine because they haven't really had too many battles out here today. They've been...
Well, I suspect that the front-wheel drive cars are going to have a bit more understeer by now, because there's a lot of long, drawn-out corners here.
That is true, and the tire scrub gets real on those long corners.
Yeah, so I've just seen that Turenbar has a few slidey moments going on, so his rears are probably starting to give up, so that might also be why he's losing time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all he's got to do is keep it on the track. He can manage to lose a couple tenths here and there.
Yeah, it's just important that he keeps he's calm, doesn't try to overdrive now to compensate for these few tenths he's losing.
Right. Yeah, managing that race pace is important in the dying laps of these hour-long races with accelerated tire wear.
It really is. That's what happened to me last race. I tried to compensate for tire wear and I nearly fucked it up.
Yeah, it's especially in the BMWs. It's you see them handily getting into battles in the first half of the race because they've got the straight line speed to back it up, but a lot of them suffer later on.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got them set up well, you can do whatever you want with them in the first half. They respond quite well and they are very progressive in how the rear steps out. But in the second half of the race, it just gets worse and worse.
Looks like Jans is looking for P9 on Sam here. Sam.
His car looks absolutely battered.
Yeah, it's looking like it's got a little bit of an issue, but
yeah, it looks like he rolled it actually, but I don't think he did.
Is that Jan's car you're seeing with a lot of damage, or Sam?
Jan's.
Jans doesn't look too battered on my screen.
You should see it on my end. It looks like he rolled over.
No, Sam has a little. Whoa, there's a little bit of a bumper there.
That was close.
Sam got ejected from the crazy train about halfway through the race, and he kind of fell down the order. I think he made a little bit of contact with something.
Yeah, I saw someone drive into the wall earlier, but I don't quite remember who it was.
I can tell you it wasn't me. I got my driving into walls quota filled for the week yesterday on Friday Night Racing.
You really did.
I've hit one wall with enough quality that it'll last me for the next couple weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you should be thankful to your cat. You won't have any more serious crashes now.
Yeah, that's how that works, right? You get the bad out of the way, and then you don't have to worry about it for a while.
Exactly. That's why I tend to turn up for Friday Night Racing. Screw it up then, and maybe you're gonna be lucky on Saturday.
Yep, get all the fail out of your system so that it's just a lean winning machine on Saturday.
Exactly. So what I've been surprised by from the few minutes I've seen where cars were battling is how much action there is and how many corners people can take side by side.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that for such a wide track.
It has been an absolute side-by-side festival here at Brno.
Yeah, that was really cool to watch.
It's just been a parade. You can fit 8 hatchbacks side by side around most of these turns.
Yeah, you really can.
So they've had no issue sticking to lines.
Yeah. So if Sam wants to get his position back, he probably needs to get a move done within 2 corners, because otherwise the direction of the corner changes again and you lose your advantage.
Yeah, it's really difficult to. I mean, I haven't raced touring cars on this circuit, but it's the racecraft is definitely a different thing when there's so many viable lines you can take that hatchback through.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's we've seen some really good defenses on a lot of people's parts, but it's not as easy as a binary inside or outside decision often.
No, it's really not. But what I've seen could be improved by some people is when they are attacking, they're not aggressive enough with their lines. They tend to leave a lot of space on entry and exit, and then you lose momentum and can't overtake. So that's happened a few times I've seen.
Yeah, yes, that is true. We have also seen a couple of people making their cars real wide too. You see some sort of alternative lines where, you know, instead of just sticking straight to the outside, people will drift towards to the inside, make the car a little more unpredictable, I guess, for the battle.
Yeah, that's what you need to do if cars are within range, you need to make your car as wide as you possibly can. Try to discourage some dive bombs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been very clean. I've seen no contact or maybe one.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
impressed by what our members are doing.
I was commenting on that earlier. It's been really close racing and really clean. There's been, you know, a couple rubbins racing instances, but nobody's really had a crash or anything. It's just been a little fender bump here or there.
Yeah.
But it's been extremely close. That train was like 6 or 7 cars, and that ran for like 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, that was cool to watch, the part I saw. And it looks like Albonner is getting close again to Miffy. So maybe we're getting a bit of bonus racing at the end.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's Albonner catching up to Have there.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Which was certainly unexpected based on the sort of middle of this race. I didn't think Albonner would make up as much ground as he has.
Yeah, it looks like Have had a slow lap if you look at the times.
Oh yeah.
Apex and Albonner were in the 12s, he was in the 13s, so we'll see if this was an irregularity and he pulls away again, but it looks really close now. Come on Albonner, be aggressive with your lines.
Yeah, he's got a real shot at taking P6 here. There's just about 3 minutes left of the race, and that's more than enough time to sneak up the inside.
It really is, and he has the momentum now, and he's close enough, so he could make it work.
Bill, did you see my my substitute slides that I made?
No, I did not.
Oh, it was a real riot. You'll have to check those out after the race.
Will.
Put a lot of real hard work copying and pasting random pictures from my hard drive into into a folder.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So this looks like Albonner could decide to attack very soon. He's getting closer and closer. He's nearly right up the rear.
Yeah, all he needs is one good run. He almost had it there.
Yeah.
All he needs is a little bit more momentum, and he'll be side by side with Have.
Like he's just putting up the pressure and seeing if Have does a minuscule mistake.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the race, it could happen, but I wouldn't count on it with Have. He is notoriously consistent with people behind him.
Yeah, that's true. Last race he was a wall.
But it's, you know, on this circuit, it's harder to be that brick wall with that little car. We've been on some narrower circuits before where it was massively successful, but if Albonner's waiting for that mistake, I wouldn't wait too long. He's gotta make something happen here. Uh-oh.
Ooh, they touched.
Yep, that was contact. Yeah, I would love to know how people's tires are as well, but unfortunately I don't have a metric for that with the race director mode. I can look at this.
To be fair, it wouldn't tell you that much. It is not that linear. There's a point where tires start to feel like crap.
Yeah.
Where that is on the indicator is very hard to tell.
It is extremely difficult. Even you know, driving and looking at the indicator doesn't tell you much. It depends on the track temp and your tire pressure and temp. That drop off point will happen differently in every race.
Yeah, exactly. So the indicators are good just to know when the tires are going to be complete toast, but for knowing when they're starting to drive weirdly, that's not a good indicator.
Yep.
So where is Echo right now? Are these two going to have another lap or not?
It's just chilling.
We've had enough of this.
Doing the slow roll across the line there.
Well done, Echo.
Yep, congrats to Echo.
Well
That's
executed race with no drama at all.
Yeah, the top three had a Sunday drive out there.
Yeah, they really did. Zedian also got his position now. Is Echo nearly out of fuel, or did he just do that because he could? Of course, you can't look now, right?
You mean Echo's slow roll?
Yeah.
I think he was saving from another lap. I think he ran the timeout so that it
Yeah, that might be.
ran out just before he crossed the line. So he
And
could.
it's confirmed. Turambar takes his first podium for Team BMW. That's good to know.
Congrats to Tiramara. That is fantastic.
Yeah. At least you got a podium out of this race. We
Yeah.
need this. We're
Yeah.
not doing great.
Right. Yeah, you missed out on some big points out there today. Well, not too big of points. I guess our grid wasn't that full, but
Yeah, I would have liked to drive here. Looked like racing was really good in terms of fighting for position.
yeah, there's going into this race, I wasn't sure what was going to happen coming out. There's a lot up in the air.
Yeah, but I think for the top three, the race was actually quite boring.
Yeah, they just turned out laps for the most part. It was in the middle of the field where there was a lot more battling going on.
Yeah, so I think if you want to talk about interesting races, you should maybe talk to Albonner or maybe Apex. They had interesting races.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And Miffy maybe would be have something to say. Let's see. You get. So yeah, that's Echo in first, Zeddy in second, and Turambar with his first podium here. Ollie in fourth, Apex fifth. And I will throw to my Super Pro PCDC screen that I made here. Yeah, Bill, could you see if Albiner wants to have a word?
Sure.
And that is, what is it, week 4? Yeah, week 4 of season 3 here, coming to a close. Pretty uneventful race for the podium finishers, but a good amount of excitement to the midfield drivers there. We'll get Bill and Albiner back in here. Commentary box. There you are. Hello, Albiner.
Hello.
Oh, that was a fun race to watch. You had a good battle there through most of that. How'd that go from?
Really good.
How'd that go down from your point of view?
No, it was great. I don't know. For once I actually caught people. It was a weird feeling.
Yeah, it was good to see you able to sort of get up in the mix and get aggressive.
Yeah, usually I'm used to one who crashes out the first like 10 laps and then I'm behind basically. But yeah, that was a really good race for me. I think if Echo hadn't slowed down to finish it early, I might have gotten 6th. I don't know.
Yeah, it was looking like you had some major momentum there once you got some clear air.
It's funny as well because I never planned to do this race. I hadn't gotten a single lap of practice. All I did was those 2 qualifying laps.
So you see, there's the correct mentality. Be relaxed.
Yep.
No, but I just got out of like a Rainbow Six game, and I was like, oh, I'm tagged in the main channel. Oh right, the racing. Okay, I'll join. And that was it.
That's one way to do it is
Yeah.
just be loose and jump in and see what happens, and sometimes it turns out real well.
There you see how committed our members are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm probably one of the least committed though.
Yeah, we get some people practicing all week in different conditions, and some people just turning up and racing. But no matter what, we got people to battle with and people to race with, and overall really clean.
Yep. It's too bad we don't have more people in this touring cars because like the racing is really good.
It is, yeah, it is quite conducive to some close, fun racing and really letting some racecraft shine.
Yep. Because like you can actually go with wheel to wheel and be relatively safe. Like I'm not a experienced driver at all, and I bumped into some people because that's what I do. But like, there's no damage at all.
Yeah, you also have time to do stuff, right? If
Yeah,
you decide to do something, you have time to reevaluate and change what you're doing.
exactly. Now
I
it
think
was
we need
like,
to, I think we need to discuss race formats for cars like this, but I think that's already planned for the mods.
yeah, it seems like people think it's a bit too long. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It seems. I mean, we get a lot of really interesting battles halfway, and then sort of towards the third quarter of the race. But maybe a 45-minute format could work really well with touring cars. But it's hard to say. Well, congrats on your race, Albiner. I'll send you
Thank
back,
you.
but that was a
Yeah,
lot of fun to
congratulations.
watch.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Psych, it sucked. Just kidding. Um, no, that's great. That's good to see Albiner do well in the LMP cars. He did last season have a lot of mishaps when he was
Yeah,
new and crashed out a lot and
yeah. And he also picked the worst car he
yeah.
could have picked. That car was terrible on
he,
all levels.
he was telling me last season that him and I forget the other Nordic gentleman that was on it.
Walrus.
Yeah, Walrushan. They picked that car because it looked cool, which is
Yeah.
which is a great way to do things, but not always
Yeah,
the
they asked me
fastest.
to do a setup for them on Hockenheim it was, I think. And I remember that I tried the car and thought, hey, this doesn't feel so bad. And then I came out of the hairpin, and it was like a 2 second wait for the turbo lag. It's it's incredible.
Yeah, the what was that, the Merrick? It's a
Yeah, I think it was. So props to
interesting.
them for still turning up. I think I would have rage quit it midway through the season.
Yeah, they had a cool livery too, so they showed up in style. Car looked cool, livery looked cool.
They really did.
uh, that's fun. At least it wasn't the Eureka. We did see that get pretty competitive though at points.
Yeah, their problem was main speed, top speed.
Yeah. Let's see. Can you see if Have wants to come talk to us?
I can.
I would like to get a little bit of info on if Have's defenses were different during this race. We get the Miffler in here. Go. Let's move people back into the commentary box. Have
Implying that he also wants an interview later.
what's that?
What's up, Dustin? Dustin, hey, it's always good job with the your videos are so interesting, man.
Thanks. So how'd the race go from your point of view there, Have?
You know, the second half honestly was kind of boring
Yeah.
because I couldn't Apex and Pollock just got away from me, and I was hoping they would battle, but no, they were just too quick, and actually I had no. My front left was completely worn out, and it allowed seventh place to almost get me right at the end.
Yeah, Albiner got some serious momentum there, and was coming up on your bumper, huh? Did you have to alter your usual sort of defensive routine? I know usually you're not aggressively defensive, I guess, but you can usually we have narrow enough tracks where you kind of stick to the racing line and people just kind of get stuck back there because you're consistent enough to keep them back there. Did you have to change your style a little bit for this race?
You know, no, not really, but that actually kind of bit me in the butt because Pollock was a little bit more aggressive in his overtaking, and he was mentioning how it was maybe minute four. There were like 44 minutes to go, and it was me, Apex, and Pollock. We were battling, and I was able to get past Apex because he was saving tires. I didn't know that at the time. And Paul got past Apex and he was desperate to get past me, and I figured he wouldn't go for it. So I I went back on the racing line. It was a left-right turning complex. I figured even if he went for it, I would have the right turn. I would be on the inside on the second corner, so I would keep the position. But no, he was aggressive on it, and he kept the position. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch play out, and yeah, it's the circuit was so wide for these cars that it really paid off for the aggressive drivers to actually force a move to happen.
Yeah, I was able to make some moves in the beginning too, because I started, I think, like 9th or something.
Yeah, that train of cars for the first half was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'll send you back. Congrats on your race. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that was
Thanks,
great.
Dustin. I'm looking forward to the replay.
Oh man, it's something.
Nice.
All right, we'll catch up with you later.
Laters.
Who did you say wanted an interview? Bill?
Paulie.
Polly? Yeah, get him in here. Or
Just drag him in.
yeah, I'll drag him in.
He'll survive it, I think.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Polly, hello.
Hello.
Hey, bud. How'd that race go for you?
Stressful.
Yeah. What happened? Give us the play-by-play.
I had a spin a bit early on, and I ended up quite far back.
Was it you that hit the wall?
No, I didn't hit anything. I had a silly mistake. Went a bit wide, and everyone was sort of battling, so I caught back up. And I didn't want it to be like last week, where I just ended up sitting behind Jav all race again. So I wanted to sort of get on with it this time, and I managed to get both of them in the end. And it was still stressful after that, because trying to keep Apex decent distance behind me was quite hard. Still making silly mistakes, but I'm happy.
Yeah, we were talking to Jav about his sort of defensive strategy that he usually takes, and how
he knows how to make his car about a billion feet wide, and it's so stressful when you're behind him because he's so good at defending.
Yeah, you really have to force the matter, but it does seem like this track paid off for the aggressive drivers, really forcing the matter here, because there's a lot of space to move around there.
I don't know if you saw the manoeuvre of me finally getting past him, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to go for it, and it was sort of a now or never manoeuvre, and it paid off in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. In these cars on this circuit, the risk and reward is really favorable for making something happen there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Let's see. Ollie, is there any special messages you want to give to our 5 viewers while you're here?
AMG rules.
You heard it here first.
That's the best position for the AMG yet. It's the best track. It's not felt as good as that in all the races. It felt nice at Zolder, but it felt really nice here. I managed to get rid of a lot of the oversteer, which it made it a lot easier to drive, which I think was why I was able to push a little bit more this time.
Yeah, you seem pretty speedy and confident out there today.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating at the moment.
Well, I think we'll call it a day. I am running out of energy to make words. So, for PCDC, I've been Dustin The Destroyer. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Paulie. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. It's been amazing. Have a great day. Sayonara.
Do not forget to tune in next week for Alton Island in the rain.
Oh, man.
Woo.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
It really will. See you guys.
Bye.
Peace out.